Okay, so I'm back after almost 300 plus kilometers of ride, and had a great ride with this machine. Here are my views about it. 300 plus kilometers, no rattling, no loose parts, and nothing fell apart. This is something amazing for an RS. Hello everyone. Today I am on a test ride of new Royal Enfield Himalayan, the new version. They call it BS4 version, and I'm on a test ride today. And look where I've reached. What an amazing place this is. This is where Himalayan belong. This place is called Chundawara. This is the ruined palace of the king of Dungarpur. It is around 150-ish kilometers from Ahmedabad, and beautiful weather to ride today. It's all cloudy, it's not hot, and such an amazing location. The video of the palace once we reach there. Before that, I would like to talk something about the bike itself. So this is new BS4 Himalayan. When this was launched last year, I'm sorry if there is a wind here, the voice is not clear, I still try to talk. Now when this bike was launched last year in February, I planned to buy this bike. I was very excited about this, and when I read the reviews, the bike was phenomenal. It was actually a good decision to wait, and within few months, a lot of issues started coming in. A lot of problems with the Himalayan started coming in. People loved the bike for the ride comfort, dynamics, everything, but the biggest problem was the quality issues. There are multiple parts used to fail. Then what happened was companies stopped the production for a couple of months. They stopped delivering the bikes to the customers. And then after almost 6 months, they relaunched as a second version, which was BS4. And BS4 version has electronic fuel injection. So once this was launched, I was little again curious about the bike. I went to the Royal Enfield Sarabai Motors Ahmedabad. Ronak Sarabai is a kind of friend of mine. And I talked to Sarabai. He said that this bike has been tested extensively from Kanyakumari to Kashmir by multiple riders in last 6 months. And he said that almost 25 to 30 issues were identified, and everything has been rectified in a way that the problems will not occur again. So probably they've redesigned certain parts, they have outsourced from different vendors the parts which are giving the troubles, and now this is where the Royal Enfield Himalayan BS4 stands. He told me, go for a ride, go for a long ride, come back and tell me how you feel with the bike. So I'm sitting here at the steps of the palace. Let me talk about the engine of the bike, what I felt after riding for this much distance. Now the engine is now mated with BS4, there is fuel injection system, and let me tell you, this is actually the perfect marriage of this engine and the fuel injection system. Now when I was riding it, what I felt was I had an Himalayan of a friend of mine for almost 2-3 days, and I was riding it. That was the carburetor version, and I was riding it in the city. I did little bit of highway cruising, and this was the whole Ahmedabad is like an off-road. The whole city is an off-road. So I had a taste of off-roading at that time also in the city kind of. Now that bike compared to that bike, this is super smooth. I mean, it is so smooth, I can't even believe it that it is the same machine, both are the same machine. Total response of this is just amazing. I mean, it is so responsive now. There is no delay, there is no lag. You give a throttle and it just, opens up, it just goes forward, darts forward. The knocking has disappeared completely into this machine. It's just not there at all. Upshifting is very smooth, downshifting is little glittery. Clutch is very soft clutch. I didn't expect it to be so soft. It didn't give me any pain in my hands in city. There is a little bit of buzz, and that buzz is you can feel the buzz from your foot peg to the tank, and from the tank it transfers to your thighs. But that buzz appears at around 3500 RPM, and it disappears at 3500. It disappears at 4000 RPM. And then other thing is, if the bike is on, you will not see any clutter anywhere. You can't by visualizing it. You can't even say the bike is on, because earlier REs, they used to like shake around. The only little bit shake and feel is in the rear view mirrors. Other than that, this bike is super smooth standing there. If we talk about the heating issue, some people even complained of heating of the bike, which I really did not bothered me. In the city also, it was not uncomfortable. Yes, of course, it was little hot, but not uncomfortable. On the highway, it just doesn't heat up. And I'm sure the heating will be taken care of after the first serving of this bike is done. Very nice to flick around, very nice to cut through the traffic. I did not feel the weight of the machine much. And the tires are fine. And then in the end of the end patch, while reaching here, there was a bit of few kilometers of off-roading, bad patch, trail riding, and this bike handled it very well. I was so comfortable. The downside is the rear tire tends to skid a bit when you apply a brake. The braking is nice. The braking is progressive. It is not top of the line braking. You have to keep in mind that this is a non-ABS version. So you apply the brake well in advance, and you always keep that at the back of your mind. But if you have to do hard braking, the rear tire tends to skid a bit, even in off-roading, which was a little scary for me. But then I realized one thing, that within a couple of years, maybe a year or two, I plan to buy a bigger adventure tourer, and going straight away to those bigger adventure touring machines, they are very intimidating. I thought this is the best place to start learning off-roading, start learning to ride a bike on bad patch of roads. So now, enough talk. Let's go inside and I'll show you the palace now. How beautiful the palace is. Let us go inside.